Hi, love bugs. Welcome back. We're going to talk about friendships on social media. And some of the hardest parts are actually making really true friends on a social media platform. I can honestly say I have made several. There are people that I talk to off of YouTube. There are people that I message on a regular. There are some that I really just talk to on YouTube, but I trust them. I trust them. Do you know why? Because there are some with strong characters that you just know that if you needed them, they would be there. Friendships are hard. Friendships, well, no, they're not. They're really not hard. Um, Online, maybe, because, all you see is what you see. Just kind of like when you watch any of the videos that any of us post, you see what we choose to let you see. You choose what we put together, what we edit together, what we want to show you. People do that online all the time. That's why catfishing is sadly so successful, because people can just present whatever they want to anytime they want to. I could have introduced you all a long time ago to this behind me and just tell you it was my home office. It's not. It's too quiet. Well, especially right now because my guys are all at home. So it is too quiet for it to have been a home office. But I could have told you that. And unless you knew any different, how would you know the difference? How do you know what someone tells you online isn't necessarily just filler, fluff stories? You don't. You absolutely don't. But you won't. You won't know. And I wrote this down because this is really the gist of it. Friendships on social media, unless it is nurtured off of social media, is simply just acquaintances. Simply just someone to talk to. Simply just someone you might feel like you're part of their family. But have you really let them in? Have they let you in? I've been guarded the last year. Well, I guess almost year and a half now. Well, I guess it's been a year, huh? We're in March, so it's been a year since everybody faced lockdown, and some of you faced it before the United States did, but it's been a year, a whole year. And a lot of us have been through a lot of things. As you guys know, I lost two family members. In this time, we've lost, in a 1 month time, in fact, in 2 weeks' time, I think it was, maybe a month. Maybe it was a month because we had Christmas in there too. In a month's time, my husband lost his job, my mother died, and a friend committed suicide. That'll get you down. That'll make you take a step back. That will make you evaluate life. That will make you evaluate the way you spend your time. I don't make a penny on YouTube. YouTube is a hobby for me. It's not a lifeline. It doesn't pay my bills. My corporate job pays my bills. My writing, the selling of my books, pays my bills. My new business pays my bills. YouTube doesn't. I do YouTube as a hobby, as a creative outlet, especially after resigning from teaching several years ago. I needed a creative outlet. Now, I have other things I do besides just YouTube. I like to do crafts. Who knew? I haven't done them in so long. I'm refinding new ways to enjoy myself and my time. And they don't always circulate around social media. It did for a while. That's where my escape was. But I'm not trying to escape anything anymore. I'm not trying to escape my husband. I love spending time with him. He is a very private person, however. It's why you don't get a lot of videos. It's because he's home all the time. When I have time to film, and he wants my attention and my time. And as the wife and the mother in my home, during a pandemic, when I am the caretaker in my home, and I'm trying to keep our life as normal as possible, on top of working full-time the whole time. I am an essential worker, so I have worked this whole time and still have dinner and the house clean and laundry done and spend time with my dog and my cat. I've had a full plate. I didn't ask anybody to pick up any slack, but it takes time. It takes time away from social media. So on a poll yesterday, I had asked what was the hardest part of making friends on social media. Was it trust? Was it that someone else didn't like your channel, which leads to insecurity? Was it gossip? Was it authenticity? Well, I had insecurity separate. And I'm going to tell you every one of these is insecurity. Every single one of them. If you have trust issues, a lot of that is because you are very insecure in who you are. Because if you trust who you are, then you will trust others. You're more liable to give them more trust than someone else would. I've been insecure before. Only the last probably 2 years that I've kind of sloughed that off, and I realize I'm pretty rockin', you know? I would be my friend. And if I was a dude, I would do me. So, you know, I don't have insecurity issues anymore. Someone else doesn't like your channel. You guys heard me talk to the trolls and the splinters yesterday. And that's exactly what happened. Is that person was so insecure that somehow know where I am and where I'm commenting, that they send trolls to my channel or to wherever I respond. And there's always a troll there. That's pretty sick. If you're that bored and that insecure that you're kind of, you know where people are all the time, you need a job. You need a hobby. And social media isn't it. Gossip. Gossip comes from insecurity. If you are so insecure in who you are, you're going to talk about somebody else. Some have learned that drama creates money, but you're insecure in your finances, that you need money to have drama to fill the gap in your paycheck. That's still an insecurity. Financial insecurity is hard. It's tough. And sometimes you'll do what you got to do to pay the bills. I understand that. But I also know that also leads to someone being inauthentic. You can't be authentic if you're insecure. You can hide your authenticity, and you can fake being someone else, fake a different personality when you're insecure. So, friendships on social media, unless it's taken off social media and nurtured there, it's just an acquaintance. It's just a time filler. So maybe it's time to start finding that security within yourself and discover who needs your friendship, who needs your real friendship. There's a few of you that we only talk on YouTube, but I do consider you a friend. I know that in a time of need, if I needed you, you would be there. You've done it for me before, and I appreciate you more than you ever know. You've helped me get through hard times. And it's nice to be on this side of those hard times and to appreciate the greatness of friendships. But it's also very saddening to see how many people are ruined through insecurity. Kind of stinks. John, remember the other day when I got spooked? I got spooked again. Anyway, to those of you I consider a friend, thank you. Thank you for being accepting and for being secure enough to have friends on social media. To those of you who are struggling, may I lend a kind word and tell you just to be your authentic self. Don't hide behind gossip. Don't hide behind feeling like you can't be friends with someone who's friends with someone else that person's not a friend with, because that's ridiculous. And it makes you guys look like you're in junior high. Period. And I mean that. And if you can't accept that and can't accept that I might like someone that you don't like on social media, then you might as well just delete me, because like I said, I can pretty much find the good in everyone. There's very few, and I mean very few, that I just can't with. If I have spoken to you off of YouTube, then know that I do consider you a friend, okay? There's a few that I don't talk to on YouTube, but I talk to kind of off of YouTube, emails and that kind of stuff. You know, sometimes some things are made to be just private. Not everything has to be on social media. Do you know, we were talking the other day about how much has changed and how much has really kind of evolved in our society because of social media. Like, the world's just gone nuts. The world has gone nuts. I'm not going to go political, but there's been a lot of crazy things that just make you think, what? It almost makes me thankful, even though I love her and miss her. I'm thankful that my mom's not here to see some of this silly nonsense, because she would probably lose her ever-loving mind. All right, guys. I will see you in the next video. Until then, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and remember, we all deserve to be a friend and to have a friend. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I'm a mess. Don't know how I got here, but I'm blessed. Didn't know it'd take me past my